Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Trouble. Now, Trouble is a rapper from Atlanta who unfortunately lost his life over the weekend, man. It was a crazy situation involving some woman that he was going to meet and one of her exes allegedly showing up to her apartment and then confronting Trouble, shooting him, and him losing his life, man. So this is a crazy story from top to bottom, and unfortunately another loss for the hip-hop game and especially the hip-hop community in Atlanta. Well, it seems since everybody found out the finer details of what took place, there's been a manhunt for the person who's alleged to be responsible, a guy by the name of Jamichael Jones. Now, a lot of people are saying that Jamichael Jones also went by the name J-Mike and was part of a rap group by the name of Fab Five, and was from Atlanta as well, the Jonesboro area. Now, law enforcement has been looking for Jamichael Jones ever since the incident, right? It was like they knew immediately who it was and everything, or who the suspect was, I should say, because he's innocent until proven guilty, and the hunt has been on. Now, recently there's been developments where it looks like he's going to be turning himself in. Now, before we get to the specifics of this story and talk about all the details, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this situation with Trouble and the shooting suspect, man, the guy who allegedly took Trouble's life. Now, like I said before, it's been a manhunt, and they've been looking for dude. But let's go back to a second, man, and look at the scene of the crime and this news story, this clip at least from the local news there, where they provided some insight about what took place and what the sheriffs feel they know so far about the issue or what led to Trouble losing his life.
Yeah, that's right, Wendy. I'm told that he collaborated with some of the biggest names in rap, including Drake. He was visiting a woman friend here at the Lakes Apartments when another man arrived, confronted him, and shot him dead.
Now, as you heard in that news clip, it's being said that Jamichael Jones was the guy that showed up to the apartments. And, this is what's being alleged. They haven't proved it yet. But it's being said he's the one who showed up and shot Trouble, man. Just shot him one time to the chest. And it was a situation about a girl that Trouble was going to see, which is, man, one of the worst situations you could think about, because Trouble probably didn't even know if she had a boyfriend or, an ex or anything like that. I'm not even sure if this dude was in a relationship with her or what type of situation it was, because there's a lot of rumors floating around social media, and I don't want to substantiate a rumor without knowing what the real deal is. But regardless, this could have been a total surprise to Trouble, and this looks like a bad situation for him to be in, or any guy at that point, man. Cats got to really be looking at what they doing, out here in the future. And I am not trying to blame the victim. I'm not blaming Trouble at all. Like, he is definitely the victim in this situation, and rest in peace to him, man. It just seems like this happens a lot. And, man, you got to watch yourself out there, man. Even if you're going out to somewhere on the outskirts, it seems like it's a nice place. You don't know what's there waiting for you, and it's probably good to have somebody either trail you or have somebody like a buddy system to where they know your location and stuff like that. I know there's only a few people you'd want to trust like that, but, man, it seems like it could save a life here and there, in the future. Now, let's also look at this other clip that breaks down a little bit about the suspect before we get to this news break about him potentially turning himself in.
A murder warrant and other charges have been filed against 33-year-old Jamichael Jones, who remains on the run. Many in Atlanta's music scene are now paying tribute to Trouble.
Now, at the time that news clip was recorded, it seems like Jamichael Jones was on the run. They were still looking for him. But it looks like, according to some news stories that are out there, later tonight, they've contacted him. Like the sheriff's office there in Rockdale County was able to get in contact with him, and he made an agreement to turn himself in. Now, I'm going to be reading a story from the same news organization, this WSB-TV Channel 2 News there in Atlanta, and the headline says this. It says, alleged killer of popular Atlanta rapper to turn himself in to police. Now, obviously, they're talking about Jamichael Jones here in this situation, and a lot of people say he goes by the rap name J-Mike, and he was part of a semi-popular group in the Atlanta area, right? Now, none of that matters now, because obviously he's looking at some serious charges, and his mugshot is everywhere. Now, the story starts off by saying Rockdale County, Georgia. Channel 2's Action News has learned that the man police say shot and killed a popular Atlanta rapper has turned himself into police. Now, at this time, this is an update in this story. They're saying he's actually turned himself in now. Now, Trouble, whose real name is Mariel Orr, was shot to death while visiting a female friend at Conyers apartment complex early Sunday morning. So he was at a Conyers, Georgia apartment complex, and that's where he was shot, based on all the stories. Now, this guy obviously made a deal or some sort of agreement to turn himself in because he didn't want to live on the run. And I don't know, what he's got planned for his defense in this situation, especially if somebody else was there as a witness and he had no reason to, think that, that there was an intruder, any type of situation like that. It seems like he's even gotten a charge on his own of breaking in. So he had no legal, rights to do anything to protect that crib, I don't think, man. Now, it also says this. Police confirmed to Channel 2 Action News late Monday night that Jamichael Jones was expected to turn himself into the police, and the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office was expected to have a news conference at 10:30 p.m. to update the investigation. So he was supposed to turn himself in tonight, and they were going to do an updated news conference. I have yet to see that updated breaking news conference, but, according to early in the story, they said he did turn himself in. I think that was the plan. So we'll see how this works out, because he probably wants to be strategic about how he turns himself in and when he announces that he's going to turn himself in to avoid any situations on his end. But, man, this is a lot to say the least. Now, the story ends by saying this. It says Rockdale deputies had already named Jones as the gunman involved in the deadly shooting. And we've heard his name several times throughout many news stories about this situation. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think that he'll eventually turn himself in, or by now he probably already turned himself in to police in order to make sure, there's no sort of repercussions in the street, and to make sure that he can clear his name if he's innocent in this situation and not guilty? Now, I'm not saying that, and I, in all due respect to Trouble and his family and condolences to them, but we're going to watch this play out and see where it lands, right? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time we drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace. Oh, yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, run them likes up, and make sure you definitely hit that subscribe button, man. We on that 150K grind, trying to hit 150K here soon, so let's get it. All right, peace. And oh, yeah, one last time, man. RIP to Trouble, and condolences to his friends and family, man. Don't mean any malice or anything like that when we making these stories and doing these reports. And we out of here. Peace.